Well, happy May Day here. May 1st. Smart firmers just got put on. I just got out here. I brought a 4630 engine oil filter. Peek under here quick. They're just working on the GPS pucks in the tractor. Smart firmer. You can see a blink in there. That is what's gonna sense the organic matter, soil temperature, soil moisture, soil temperature, soil moisture, organic matter, and something else maybe. My one question for him was, does it control just that row or the whole planter? His answer was, you need one of those for every 4 rows. So we have 3 of them on the planter. So it controls the whole planter, and basically it takes all the information from the 3 and then averages it out and makes a decision based on the parameters you set for the planter. So I'm really excited to see how those work. So they have to set up all the parameters on, like, population basically. So if it's different for beans than it is corn. So if you're going to plant corn and you get in a hill that's sandy and you know it's not going to perform, well, then you cut back your seed to save on those costs, and actually not only saving on seed costs, but also the corn will perform better if you don't crowd it in those, it's fighting for the nutrients in the subpar ground. So soybeans, if you got really good ground, then you can cut it back a little bit in some areas, because otherwise he was just saying you can fight white mold if there's a lot of organic matter. So, but yeah, it's still got the liquid that'll come spraying out of the back of it. And that's pretty slick. I'm excited to see these things work. Maybe change engine oil on this thing. It's already afternoon because I worked last night, so work again tonight. So I only got about 3 hours out here before I gotta get going. Our neighbors to the north, they farm a good chunk of ground. I went to 4-H with one of them, and with a few of them, and I think they started working ground like 2 nights ago, and they started planting yesterday, and he said by the end of this night they're already gonna be at 1,000 acres planted. It's like, holy smokes. 36 row, high speed planter, so they're planting at like 10 miles an hour with a 36 row. And it's just another ball league up there, and they're usually a few days ahead of us. They are still talking thunderstorms tonight, so that'll slow us down a day or 2 maybe. If anything, it's pretty dry. The gravel roads are dusty, but the fields, they're getting there. We could probably work some ground and get away with it, but we'll see here. Give it a few more days, and maybe we get out there and get this thing in the field and try it out. I should mention that I drove by them the other day, and they have like at least 1 or 2 K-Squad tracks, and they're demoing one of those, or they leased one of those 9RXs, and they got a couple of the 9RTs for John Deere's. So they had 3 rigs out there working ground. Was it yesterday? I saw for sure. And then they have their big planter there, obviously. So it's just a different ball game. They're pulling 55 or 60 foot field cultivators, 3 of them. You can work up a lot of ground in a hurry. So yeah, it's just a different thing to watch. It's amazing. But this thing, we covered quite a bit of ground with a 12 row here to get her going here. So I'm excited to get this thing in the field and get our acres covered too, because you can do some damage with a 12 row here. You can really cover the ground. We're just gonna have to get figured out our tending system and all of our pumps and our hoses lined up, so we can just pull in the yard and bang, fill both tanks, fill seed if need be, and off you go again. So we'll figure that all out and how we're gonna set that up. We already have it set up. We can't move the tanks now. So we'll pull up to that one, fill with 32, and then fill up the other one, and fill up the starter, and then if you need to put seed in. Those each hold, I think it all together holds 100 units, so each one holds 50, which, to put that in perspective, those totes you saw me unload, each one of those holds 40. We're thinking that since it's been such a wet spring so far, and we're already got a 400 gallon tank on there, to reduce the compaction, we're not going to fill these full, I don't think, because we're going to match the seed amount that we put in here with our fertilizer amounts, so we'll maybe fill up the seed every time, or every other time or something. We'll figure it out where we don't need to be toting around 100 units of seed. That's just too much. So maybe we'll tote around like 40 units of seed or 50 units of seed total. We'll see what we figure out here. We'll just find that match between the two. I forget what it is. We did the math the other day, but I'm tired. It's only day 1 of 8, so oh well. That's what this spring's going to be about. It's going to be long hours here. The push here to get everything in and catch up with Mother Nature.
Right?
That's wild.
Set right last.
So the oil's working itself across?
We didn't have it set right. So.
Oh.
It'll be set right this year.
That's wild. The delta, which is our downforce that controls the pressure of the seed depth, you heard him saying it don't think it was working correctly last year. We just found a dinged up hydraulic coupler that connects into the tractor, and it's a little more easy to see that they're popped out on this rig than it is, say, the 88. It actually appeared that it was hooked up correctly, and then we kept messing with it and we're like, something is not right. So we ended up just changing the tip, the quick couplers like we changed on the rock picker, which actually is sitting right there. We changed those tips on the one side and hooked it up, and that's when you saw the test of all of them, and now it seems to function correctly. Well, hopefully it stays that way, but it must have acted out on them towards the end of last year, but now we should be in good shape. Man, I'm really excited to see all the upgrades and all the work we put into this thing get in the field and do some work for us and pay off. And it's kind of one of those things when you work on something, it's nice to see the final product working. So, well, there's one more GPS cable that we thought we had rigged up something differently to let the planter, I'm not exactly sure what the one puck did, but the globe is what I guess we have to hook this thing into. So there's one more cord or harness we have to hook in tomorrow. I hope they can get that. And then the planter, honest to God, should be ready for a field trial. He ran some moisture through the pumps, or through the pump, and it seemed okay. This thing, I think, is field ready, maybe? There's a couple other things we maybe were gonna do to it. Maybe those tires, I'm not sure. Guys, I'm getting excited here. I can't even, I'm tired and I'm excited to get in the field, but you can see that there's kind of something brewing here, and it's quite the storm down in northwest Iowa right now, and we're supposed to get slammed by a thunderstorm. Anticipated precipitation when I went to sleep this morning was 1/2 inch to over 1 inch from tonight through tomorrow morning. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but a good inch rainfall for us is actually quite a bit. So, which is fine because I'm in work and I'm at work the next couple days anyways, and then I got 1 day off, then I come back to work for 5 more. But I'll try to keep getting out here in the afternoons to help them at least work some ground or pick some rock or do something. Keep it moving. We got to get the show on the road. Well, he's running after that cord here, and it looks like it's going to rain, but it was supposed to wait longer. We'll see. We're just going to pull it in and play it safe, keep her dry, and we'll test that cord out tomorrow because you can't get GPS signal inside the shed here. So, all right. Thanks for watching this one, guys. Have a good night. Be safe, and we'll check you later.